Okay, next in this part, just go to the next right plane, sketch, take center lines, and we will draw out a center line from way below here and move it up through the center. Make sure it's completely straight. Then we move on to the side and also pass that through the center. Make sure it's straight. There's a number that appears next to it that shows that it's straight, and we will make a center midpoint line, basically not a center midpoint line, and we just skip that drop down menu midpoint line, and we will draw from this center. Make sure it's vertical, and we will dimension it later. First, we will draw another set of lines that will be completely horizontal, just like this. Same thing with the other one. Okay, and we will use the 3-point arc and connect the heads of these two, basically like that. We will specify the curvature after this. So first off, we specify this. So it's going to be 100. Now that is 100, we will specify this, which will be 37.5. Press enter, and the same goes for this, which will also be 37.5. Press enter, and then the curvature of this will be 125. Right, this is what we need. Okay, I'm going to modify this to 90, and then we will go to mirror entities, and we will simply mirror this, and this, and go to mirror about, and this, basically select this. It's gonna start appearing in yellow as a preview. Say yes, this is what we need. After that, we go to features and extrude this by 100 millimeters. It's a blind extrude, so it's going to be in that direction. Doesn't matter which direction it's in. It's going to extrude. Sorry, yeah, the reason that didn't extrude because I didn't select this region, so it's like this, like this. This is what it's going to look like. We say yes. This is what we need. Now we click on this face. We say sketch, and we say convert entities. The boundary of this this shape has now been drawn. That's why you see it as a much darker color as before. Go to features, and we will extrude this once more. Not 100, will be 35, and we will give it a draft of 45 degrees. Press enter. This is what it should look like. Say enter. On second hand, we will change this value to 10 rather than this. Basically the height of the extrude. To decrease it to 10. Need more surface to work here afterwards, so decrease the extrude height to 10, and 45 degrees correct, so we'll say that this is what it should look like. And then afterwards we will sketch on this surface. From this we will basically draw a circle at the center. Smart dimension, give it a dimension of 69. Yes, it's almost reaching the periphery. And from that, we will extrude this feature by 10 millimeters. Say enter, and yes. Further on, we will click here, select this, another circle, which should be this, and then we will say extrude this newer circle by 30 millimeters. Say okay. This is what it should look like, and then we will sketch on the tip of this surface that we just extruded. On this surface, we will draw a circle that is completely in line with the horizontal. We will specify the center. Once we do that, we will make the distance from this to this as about 24, I think. And the circle itself is 7.24, and give it an offset. Give this circle an offset. Reverse the direction from this number. We will reverse the direction, and obviously 10 is too big for this, so it's not showing a preview. 1 and 1.59 is the size of the preview. There you go. Now it's appearing inside, and the distance and everything else is set. So let's say okay, this is what we need. Change this value to 7. 27 will be better. Yep. Say okay. So we change, this is 27. This, I think we should change this as well and make it only 1 millimeter. Yep. If we zoom out, this is how it's gonna look like. Yeah, I think that's better. In that context, now we will extrude it, and extrude it by 1 millimeter only. In this direction, it's being extruded in the right direction, and we will then go to linear pattern, drop down menu, circular pattern. In the circular pattern, it will want a direction. You see this box that's highlighted, so you select this and change this number to 12. Say enter. Yes, this is what we want. Okay, this is what it should look like. I think some of them are clipping a bit outside. If we were to go back and sort of decrease the size of this sketch, so instead of 27, it's just like 26.5. That will pull it in a bit, and a few of those nuts were going outside, clipping outside basically. So now that won't happen. It's going to rebuild all those structures again, but now with the new information. And this, let me just exit sketch so it finalizes the structure. There you go. They're at the corner, but not clipping out as they were before. So this is much better. You can move it inside, outside, but I think this is better. On this face, go to sketch, and we will draw a center line. Don't like how it turns this blue until you click or do something. Sharp blue. From here, we will draw a normal line at a certain distance. Let me just draw this instead of a normal line, we'll do midpoint line. Click it here on this, and we will. Not sure why it's glitching out. Be completely vertical, 90 degrees. And let me specify the dimension of this, the 34 millimeter. Yep, that's about right. Make another center line from the center and simply mirror this first line. No, before mirroring, let me just cross out of that and go to another dimension, and we need to also dimension this, and this distance needs to be 16. Enter. That's how far needs to be, and then now we will mirror the entities, which is basically just this line. And we will mirror it about this. And now we will move on. You say, yes, this is what we need. Go to 3-point arc, click this, click this, and create a curve like this. We will obviously dimension this. In the smart dimension, go to this, obviously, and give it a dimension or radius of 22. I think it's curving way too much. Start colliding with this. I think then in this case scenario, I'm going to decrease the size of the nuts that we made. This was the circular pattern that we did for this extra. There we go. This is the sketch for it. I'm going to decrease the size because this is too big. It's colliding with the. I am going to make it 5. Press enter and move it outward to its original location, which was 27, so that it moves back and doesn't collide with the distance. So take note of that. Once that's done, it will obviously apply the feature to all these. And let's move on to the sketch. Now it's not colliding anymore. So again, you can, if you make a mistake in previously, you could just go to the tree and correct it. I did it by this. It highlights the part that I made, edit sketch, and then I went in and changed the values. Said okay, and it applied that to all these because these are made using this as the reference. We go back to this, edit sketch. In this, we go mirror entities, click this, and we say mirror about. Highlight this box, mirror about, and then for this. And we observe that it's connected, so there's no discrepancy, there's no disconnection. It's a complete loop, it's a full surface. Now we need to extrude it. We move out of the sketch, go to features, extrude this new geometry that we just made. Open up this loop, the sketch. This is the part we need to extrude. Ask obviously how much I want to extrude it. We will extrude it by 100 millimeters and say yes. In this, now we will sketch on this surface, just progressively building on top of each other. Draw a circle from the center. It should be equal to the smaller circle. Let me just check the schematics. Yes, it should be equal to this one, and then we say yes, this is what we need. Go to features, extrude this circle now, and extrude it by 10 millimeters. After that, we will draw on the surface of this new circle, sketch, click on this corner and say convert entities. This will draw a circle, and then using that we will say offset. We will reverse the offset and give the value of 1 millimeter. Say okay, this is what we need, and now we will basically, now that this smaller circle that we just offset, using that we will, let me just delete the original circle and say delete. Now it's no longer there, just the offset circle is there. We will go to features and extrude it by only 1 millimeter. This smaller circle, you can see that it's being extruded at a lesser circumference or diameter as compared to the other. Again, we will draw on this surface now and draw a basically a circle. This circle. Click here, click on this circle and say convert entities, and go to extrude, and we will extrude this by 10 millimeters. Say okay, this is what I want. So it should look something like this with a gap between it.